This is the time of year to be thinking about fertilizer. I want to talk a little bit about fertilizer. As you can see here in Alberta, we are well into our spring. All the snow, that means we're well into spring. And your trees, shrubs, grasses, perennials, they need nutrition to get up and going in our climate. We've got a short season. We need to get up and running really quickly, and we need to be able to get the right stuff into the root system in order to get those buds swelling and those leaves going, leaves, flowers, and fruit, and all that good stuff going, so it can have a great growing season here in our tough climate here in Western Alberta. So I just wanted to go over a few fertilizers that we have. This is 28-14-14. It has high urea nitrogen, that's what the 28 is, and 14-14. It's a fantastic green up fertilizer. It's a fertilizer for coniferous and deciduous trees, both with needles and cones and leaves. And we really encourage folks, our landscape contractors, large landscapers, municipalities, everybody, even homeowners, everybody who's going to be trying to get their trees up and running quickly here in the spring. This is a fantastic product. A fantastic way to fertilize is with a water bag on a deciduous tree. You zip it around the water bag, it holds 20 gallons of water. A third of a container like this into a water bag, and you do it 3 times every 3 weeks. That sets a tree up fantastic for the season. So you take a third of this, and there's a 1 kilogram. So you take a third of a kilogram, put it in 20 gallons of water, and bang, that's fantastic. What you need to do, especially with products like birch, you want to get that fertilizer going right away. Water, 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 until you see those buds swell and leaves pop all the way to the top. I'm standing behind, or in front of actually, a beautiful mountain pine behind me. And mountain pine, just like a lot of conifers, they can desiccate. Spruce, pine, they can desiccate. Even juniper can desiccate over the winter. You get that browning, you have a bit of a beleaguered look, even that yellowing, something like a lodgepole pine. That's a natural winter color, is that yellow color. What you want to do with something like a pine, a coniferous tree, and spruce, this is a product that is excellent. It was developed by a local supplier, Pro-G, great people. This is 5-6-27. It has micronutrients, and it is designed to green up conifers especially. You can do it with a foliar application. What that means is you spray it on the foliage, spray it on the needles or leaves of a deciduous tree. When you spray it on the needles, that gets right into the system of the tree, and it starts to green up the foliage in an incredible way. It starts to heal up some of the dehydration over the winter winds and the cold weather. And we really recommend this if you have any conifers that are looking a little bit sad. Spray this on every few weeks as well. Do 2 or 3 applications, and we've seen great results on our farm using this. How you do this as well, you take about a third of this, and you can do a drench, pour it in, use it in a water bag, or you can put it in a backpack sprayer and spray it on, or a mister, and spray it on the foliage. Last fertilizer I want to talk about is a 10-52-10. This 10-52-10, it has a whole micronutrient pack as well, but with the 10-52-10, it's a root growth fertilizer. So it puts bottom feed in. And so for something like a conifer, you want to use this in the fall. And actually with a lot of trees, grasses, shrubs, perennials, you want to use this later in the season, mid-season to late season. It's excellent. You want to get those roots going to get it rooted back in the ground after transplant. This is a great fertilizer to use during transplant, getting it back in the ground, and to use in conjunction even with the 28-14-14 to have that foliage looking real healthy. Wurzel Dip is a kind of a neat product. It's a product that was developed locally for a local customer about 35 or even over 35 years ago by a local entrepreneur his name was Hans. He owned Professional Gardener, and a gentleman with the last name of Wurzel came to him with a problem. He wanted to move these huge poplar trees out in Brooks in the prairie, terrible wind, hot, dry, and nobody said he could move that size of a poplar and it live. And so Hans got into his lab and was working with his team, and they developed this product. And this product, what it does is it repairs the fibrous root hairs of the tree. And those fibrous root hairs are what actually bring the water and nutrition up into the tree to help it to get rooted back in and to keep going while it's getting situated in its new home. And this product is fantastic. We use this in everything that we plant, and we recommend that everybody uses Wurzel Dip in what they plant. It's a great product. You don't have to use it more than once. You use it only when you plant. You don't put on a second treatment. That's what your fertilizers are for. They're for ongoing service, maintenance, and care of the tree. This is a one-time use, and it is a great product. A 20-20-20, really a general purpose fertilizer. It's great for turf, great for shrubs, grasses, perennials. It's a very good fertilizer to use for that. If you want trees that live and do well and thrive for years, you need to care for them. You need to give them what they need, especially in a climate like ours. It's really hard to grow stuff here in Alberta, and you need to give it every possible chance you can possibly give it to do well in our climate.